Coming up on This Week in Torrance, a big-name luxury car company closes its doors on the boulevard. Then the 110-acre Toyota campus is officially off the market. We've got the details. Plus, the season of giving is around the corner, and you can give back through a Salvation Army tradition. And you can take your favorite beer home from a popular brewery. These stories and much more just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. The rumors are true. Torrance's 110-acre Toyota campus is now off the market. Irvine-based developer SARS Regis is buying the Japanese car manufacturer's massive Torrance campus. The selling price is said to be upwards of $150 million. The campus includes 2 million square feet of office and industrial space. It also has a data center, 5 diesel power generators, 2 helipads, dining centers, and much more included across the property's 18 buildings. SARS Regis operates commercial and residential development services throughout California, Phoenix, and Denver. Toyota announced its plans to leave Torrance for Plano, Texas in 2014. The Toyota sign was recently removed from the campus. And the City of Torrance is throwing their name in to bid for Amazon's second headquarters to be at the site. And another large property in Torrance is also off the market. The Pacific Center, located on Hawthorne near Torrance Boulevard, is sold to Related Fund Management. Tenants include Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, ANA, Wells Fargo, and Barrister Executive Suites. There has not been any information on whether new tenants will be moving in just yet, but officials say the building is 306,765 square feet. Related Fund Management is a subsidiary of Related Companies, which is one of the most prominent privately owned real estate firms in the United States. The center has 8 stories and is already 91% occupied. Local residents teamed up together to make sure a Torrance park receives some much-needed renovations. During the recent Torrance City Council meeting, a donation of nearly $9,000 was made by Brian Diedrich to the City of Torrance. The money will replace the rubber surface at Miramar Park, which is known for its iconic dolphin statue. Earlier this year, staff closed off the area because of its condition. Residents attended a community meeting to strongly support maintaining the park. The donation will not only replace the rubberized surface, but also restore the bronze plaque. Another resident who owns a local concrete company offered to restore the original dolphin. The first responders from the City of Torrance came out to support a local family's tragic loss. The Torrance Fire Department, along with family and friends of Christiana Duarte, came out to Pueblo Park for a fundraiser in her honor. She was one of 58 people killed tragically during the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival in Las Vegas. A graduate of South High School, Duarte recently graduated from the University of Arizona and started working for the Los Angeles Kings. The Los Angeles Kings also honored Duarte at their season opener at the Staples Center. If you're looking to get your pet license, the Torrance Police Department is making it easier. Now all animal licensing and renewal processes can be done at the Torrance Police Department's Traffic Division. In the City of Torrance, all dogs 4 months of age and 30 days in the city must be licensed. If you're heading to get your furry friend's license, make sure to bring a proof of current and valid rabies vaccination. Previously, the application process was done at the Animal Control Office, but officials say they moved it to make the process easier. For more information, head to torranceca.gov. A unique flag flew proudly at Torrance Fire Station 1 recently. Firefighters from South Korea made a stop here in Torrance. Members of the Ulsan Fire Department presented the Torrance Fire Department with their flag. The firefighters were visiting a local resident and requested to meet with Torrance Fire to compare what they do with fire personnel and learn more about risk assessment and reduction. Ulsan is located in the southeast coast of Busan, South Korea's second most populous city after Seoul. For a photo opportunity, Torrance Fire raised their flag with the American flag. A long-time holiday tradition hosted by the Torrance Salvation Army is looking for volunteers. The organization needs bell ringers to volunteer for their Red Kettle campaign. This year will be different as they are pushing for more volunteer involvement by the community through schools, local businesses, and organizations. They hope to increase volunteer hours. Last year, they reached their goal of 250 hours, but this year hope to fill 900 hours. So far, 94 hours are scheduled for this upcoming season. Across the United States, the Salvation Army assists more than 4.5 million people during the Thanksgiving and Christmas times. There are many ways you can volunteer this year besides just being a bell ringer. You can host an angel tree or toy drive. You can also adopt a kettle by contributing a flat amount or commit to a matching gift challenge dollar for dollar, and they will display your business or organization on the kettle stand of your choice. For more information, you can contact the Salvation Army in Torrance at 310-370-4515. Still ahead, people dressed up in their best Halloween costumes, all to give back. Plus, the Therapy Center reopens at a new location with state-of-the-art rehabilitation equipment. A legend in the history of Torrance, George Nakano, spoke of his experience in the internment camps during World War II recently. At the California Retired Teachers Association meeting at Hometown Buffet, Nakano shared what life was like as he spent time in the Jerome and Tule Lake Japanese internment camps during World War II. Nakano talked about when he was just 6 years old when his family was sent to the camps following Executive Order 9066. He brought pictures to share and talked about life experiences once he returned to Los Angeles 4 years later. Nakano was a teacher in the city of Torrance and soon moved into politics, becoming the first minority to be elected as a Torrance City Councilman. Nakano also served as a California State Assemblyman from 1998 until 2004. Some of his accomplishments in office included creating the first ever Commission on Asian and Pacific Islander American Affairs. Members of the California Retired Teachers Association were excited Nakano agreed to speak at the event.
Even though this is an issue that occurred 70 years, 75 years ago, we're still dealing with the same issues today.
The theater at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center is named after George Nakano. Supporters of the Pediatric Therapy Network dressed up in their best costumes for the annual Halloween Ball. Hosted by the Depot's chef Michael Schaefer every year, this is the biggest fundraiser for the network. The 22nd annual Spooky Ball was held in front of the Depot restaurant, where there was music, dinner, live and silent auctions, and of course a costume contest. PTN serves more than 2,500 children with special needs and developmental concerns across Southern California. And the sold-out event with over 800 guests is a testimony to the wide range of support for the organization's services.
It's humbling. It's just full of love in my heart. I mean, I can't believe how many people donate to our auction items, monetarily sponsor, and then come in the most creative Halloween costumes, all to support PTN.
They help so many kids every year, and these kids just benefit so tremendously from it. And they thrive and they become successful.
More than $300,000 was raised. The The South Bay Workforce Investment Board celebrated accomplishments of community members and partners during their 22nd annual alumni dinner. SBWIB honored and awarded people for their achievements and successes in their fields of career after using the organization's one-stop center programs. Awards were given to individuals who successfully used the workforce to accomplish their career goals. Other honors included training providers, businesses, and the esteemed Esther Williams Award of Excellence was also given out. The South Bay Workforce Investment Board oversees a consortium of 11 cities, and through various partnerships, more than 100,000 people visit their one-stop centers to receive a variety of free career and business services. Amy Huang was one success story who needed work after graduating from El Camino College, and through the Transitional Subsidized Employment Program at One Stop in Torrance, she was able to get a job.
I'm very happy that I am honored and they did pick me and selected me to be here tonight, and I'm very thankful.
It feels great that I started as an intern and I had like no experience, and I had to be in a great company, and that company gave me the chance to learn. And so yeah, it's great to be learning. It's great to be in a career that I wanted to be in and to be given this chance in a big company as L3.
Businesses and organizations such as Hadco, Inspection Lab, Terranea Resort, and Global Caring, Inc. were awarded for their partnerships with SBWIB. The keynote speaker was the Chief Operating Officer and Executive Vice President of Football Operations with the Los Angeles Rams. CEO Jan Vogel of the South Bay Workforce Investment Board says they help many different types of people.
It could have been anybody. I mean, these people, some of them were homeless and now they're working. Some of them were laid off workers who worked for 20, 30 years and got laid off. Now they're working in a different job. Veterans that needed to be retrained after being separated, they're working. Young people who participated in our aerospace pre-apprenticeship program, they worked this summer.
The Esther Williams Award of Excellence went to Gloria D. Gray, who is a member of the Board of Directors for the West Basin Municipal Water District. Well, the Torrance Rusnick South Bay Maserati is officially closed. The luxury car dealership closed its doors after almost 2 years in business. The company posted a short announcement on their website, but did not mention why they were closing. The showroom was the only one in the South Bay and was a state-of-the-art dealership with 28,000 square feet of space. The Rusnick Auto Group has 15 Southern California locations that carry 11 different brands. A physical therapy center reopened its doors at a new location in Torrance. Atlanta's Physical Therapy Outpatient Center kicked off the festivities with a ribbon-cutting ceremony along with some hula dancing. Formerly located on Lomita Boulevard, Atlanta's Physical Therapy assists patients with sports injury rehabilitation, orthopedics, women's health, and training and neurological help. The center has newly installed equipment such as Solo Step and Shuttleboard that focuses on assisting seniors with fall prevention.
The patient wears a harness that's attached by a cord to this overhead track that we can work with them on trying to free up their walking, where they can progress from a walker to a cane to with no aids at all. And by having the harness on them, they become much more confident and freer and able to walk without fear of falling.
Other new equipment aids patients that have vertigo by restoring a sense of balance and decreasing dizziness. The business has 4 locations and has been offering help to patients for more than 30 years. Besides rehabilitation, the center also provides group classes and specialty services like acupuncture and golf fit performance program, which helps with improving your range of motion and coordination. Atlanta's Physical Therapy is located at 3528 Torrance Boulevard, Suite 100. Yorkshire Square Brewery is celebrating some new additions to their location. The team announced that they now have a CO2 and nitro draft system. This means people will be able to use growler fills and take their favorite Yorkshire beer home. In honor of the new equipment, they also released 4 new beers. Some of the favorites you can enjoy is their Castle Dangerous, Little Nipper, Hurly Burly, and much more.
A little bit easier to serve beer that way. It's easier to manage, and that's why most bars and restaurants use that system.
Yorkshire Square Brewery embraces the history of British brewing by specializing in cask condition, hand-pulled ales.
What I do is redress the balance of British beer, and reintroduce people into something that they just didn't know that they actually loved. The essence of British beer is very drinkable. People talk about beer session and going into a pub and just having a couple of pints, and it's just a very enjoyable experience of beers that are for everyday drinking.
They are located at 1109 Van Ness Avenue. The Torrance Police Department is taking steps to help decrease the number of teenage car crashes. October 15th through the 21st is National Teen Driver Safety Week. Car crashes are the leading cause of death for teenagers, and that's why the department is spreading awareness. Officials say that parents and guardians must set up driving rules to make sure their teenagers are being safe behind the wheel. Parents can do so by staying involved in their teens' driving life and take frequent rides with them. Encourage teens to not use their cell phones while on the road. Also, there are many programs available for families to take advantage of Start Smart, Every 15 Minutes, Impact Teen Drivers, and California Friday Night Live Partnership, to name just a few. In 2015, in California alone, 283 teens were behind the wheel at the time of fatal collisions, and 63% of those young drivers were at fault. You can find more information on the Torrance Police Department's Facebook page. Well, the Torrance Police Department will receive $240,000 in grant money to continue to keep our roads safe. It was awarded by the California Office of Traffic Safety for a year-long program of special enforcement and public awareness efforts to prevent traffic-related deaths and injuries. Torrance Police plan to use the funding as part of their ongoing initiative to keep the roadways in the community safe and improve the quality of life. The focus will be to decrease pedestrian and bicycle fatalities that make up now nearly 25% of all traffic deaths. Along with focusing on drivers speeding and crashes at intersections. The funding will be used towards educational presentations, DUI checkpoints and saturation patrols, seatbelt and safety seat enforcement, to name just a few. Officials also say with alcohol as one of the most dangerous reasons for crashes, they will support a new campaign called DUI Doesn't Just Mean Booze. And still ahead, upcoming events happening right here in the city, plus a preview of what to expect on the next episode of the Sports Desk. You're watching This Week in Torrance.
Adoption Day it's pretty exciting. You see all these kids with their smile on their faces that they're finally going to get a home.
My best friend's family were the ones that actually were there from the start because they knew my history, they knew my background, they knew my situation. I couldn't turn them away. It was too perfect. They were meant to be for me.
Adoption Day was very crazy. It was very exciting. They were my parents, but it was kind of just like making it official.
I didn't cry, I just acted like it was natural. And she said, "But you wanted to cry, didn't you?" I said, "Yes, baby." On the inside, big tears, I was bawling. And she said, "Yeah, me too."
Google is stopping by Torrance to offer a free workshop for local business owners. They'll focus on how you can use digital tools to grow businesses. It will take place on Tuesday, October 24th from 9 a.m. to noon at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center. There are spots still available. You can head to the website on the screen to RSVP. And here are some Halloween events in the city. October 28th, the Downtown Torrance Association will present the Halloween Scare Down in downtown from 6 to 10 p.m. It's a fun event for all ages. There will be a haunted maze, and stores will be open late for trick-or-treaters. Then the City of Torrance is hosting their annual Halloween Carnival on October 31st from 4 to 8 p.m. It will take place at Wilson Park, and there will be family-friendly alternatives to trick-or-treating, such as games, crafts, face painting, and a photo area, and much, much more. Now let's find out what's happening in the Torrance sports world. What's going on, AJ?
Hey, Ben, here's what you'll see on this week's edition of the Sports Desk. 'Tis the season for homecoming games, and El Camino College desperately needed to win theirs against LA Harbor. Cedric Welton has the deets on that one. The Tartars of Torrance were trying to spoil South High's homecoming. Danny Miskell has that story. The North High Saxons continue their winning ways. Eric Kayback will tell us how. Plus, Cedric Welton tells us what happened between Torrance and South on the high school girls volleyball court. All this and so much more. Remember to watch the Sports Desk at 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on City Cable. Ben, back to you.
Thank you, AJ. That does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.